Very often you'll hear women say men will do anything other than therapy, but what you don't hear is that women will do anything other than save that money and then put it in the market to let compounding do its job.
Ninth wonder of the world. Just last week, I was trying to explain to the wife, if she just took that $800 a month and put it into the S&P 500 for the next 30 years, assuming a 10% annual return, you're looking at a clean $1.65 million.
Seems like an obvious choice to me.
Well, she didn't see it that way as she started crying hysterically, grabbed the iPad out of my hands, and screamed, "Why are you so emotionally unavailable?" at the top of her lungs.
Well, maybe she should be asking why she's financially unavailable to the idea of beating inflation.
Oh, I did.
But I've been there with a wife suggesting I be more vulnerable, but has no interest in my suggestion of her becoming less vulnerable to the Fed's money printing.
Who could disagree with that?
Well, her mother and sister, for one, who ruined the dinner by walking out after telling me I have too much baggage to unpack, and even recommended a breakup entirely when I calmly explained to them that I don't hold bags, I dump them and reallocate the capital in a responsible way.
Duh.
Minus her $800, of course.
$800 a month that if my wife has her way will be spent talking about how my uncle molested me instead of putting it in my Vanguard account to allow me to the market.
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
The Boys Cast. Me and
back.
DP a little recovering from a Monday night bender. DP already got sick. His fucking old ass body couldn't handle it.
Sick, man. It's shutting down. Shut it down.
I'm actually, you shutting your body down like the government?
Shutting it down like the government.
I actually was going hard too. I came back. I was on zero sleep, right? I slept like fucking 2.5 hours. I fucking edited that video. I'd like in Cleveland. Went to sleep at 6. Woke up at 8. Got off the plane. Came straight. Met up with Jared Campbell. We did like 3 shots for no reason before we went to the party.
Yeah.
I showed up. I was 3 shots in. Immediately started cooking.
Oh man.
I probably did like 18 drinks that night. Then we went to the second bar. I went home at 6:30 for no reason on Monday night.
That's insane. I'm retired from that life.
I was cooking around looking for Zins at 5:30 a.m.
Got any Zins?
Yeah. I went hard. Phone died, and then the bar left the bar. Realized my phone was dead, and then I was like trying to get a cab. Had to walk around. Yeah.
No.
And then I had to try to find because I have to get into my house and need the thing. I was like
Disaster.
I did wake up in the morning being like, "What are you doing?
Yeah. You got
For what reason? Go home."
Time, but not great.
I'm like it's because I've been sort of not partying that hard. So I think
that's actually was my theory is because probably like you had like 3 shows in 3 different cities, so and you had to drive because neither of those clowns have licenses.
Morons, absolutely insane.
Grown men without driver's licenses.
Both grown
like
men.
if you want to know what comedy's like, you hang out with a bunch of grown men who have never had a license in their life.
Isn't that wild?
Crazy. Although I feel like Johnny's also in that boat.
He has a license.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because we had that whole thing. Okay, Johnny can drive manual. I take that away. I'm sorry for besmirching the Lee family name.
But no, it is like New York's the hub of that, and comedy's like even more
It's
retards.
insane.
Where you're just like, yes, you're fucking 40 years old. What are you doing? Get your life together.
Don't have a driver's license.
Says the guy who went to sleep at 7 a.m. on a Monday for no reason.
But
I actually feel okay right now. My body's actually in decent shape right now, so I'm good, man. My fighting weight.
Yeah, you're fighting weight.
Yeah. But yes, the government shut down, which you actually made a funny point where you're saying like it shuts down every 2 months.
Dude, literally since I've lived here, that's just like every 3 months they're like, we're shutting it down.
And nothing changes. It's the purge.
Well, they never actually shut it down. This is, I guess, the first shutdown since Trump's last term.
Do you feel like it's kind of like where the parents aren't home? You're just like, yo, maybe I should lie on my taxes. I don't know what to do. Should I just piss something, build something and don't follow the regulation codes? Like, ooh.
Yeah. This is not up to code, but
Just
nobody's going to catch me.
Just head to DC, just
Parking
piss on a
in
guy.
handicap spots, just doing it all. Living life.
Looking around like, are we good here?
Yeah, are we good? Are you guys working or what?
We're just pissing on someone else.
I mean, some people are working. I saw some dude just get arrested on the train.
So they're working a little bit.
But that's municipal.
What do you get arrested for? Pulling it out?
I don't know. I actually
Pulling it out.
I
Had
only
to
saw
pry the guy, arrest the guy, pull it out, and the fucking had to pull the dick out of Danny's mouth to get him in the thing.
I only saw the aftermath of it, of him just like in cuffs, like them walking down that crazy long tunnel with like 4 of them, all plain clothes too.
No, so normal.
That's
guy.
the thing, actually, because everybody's like, yeah, there's so many cops on the trains now, and it's like, they're like, oh, it's a little safer, but you're like, there's actually way more than you think, because a lot of them are
cops,
because a lot of them are just
plain clothes.
Plain clothes, yeah. So, but anyways, I don't know what.
I seen a guy in the Britain right now because you know how they're arresting everyone for the memes or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like someone recently. I can't even remember the meme that he posted. But
The guy who got arrested for posting "fuck Hamas."
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
He posted. They're at his house and at 2 a.m. and they're like, "Yeah, you got to go to jail." He's like, "I got to go to jail."
Why do they show up at 2 a.m.?
I don't know, man.
But it's funny because they had this sort of Canadian thing where I don't know where it was, but
very polite.
They were very polite. Where he was just like, I know you guys probably don't want to be here, and they're like, we don't want to be here either. But
we're just doing our job.
And he's like, he goes, just so you know, like I am gonna make a bit of a stink about this.
Because he's like I'm a big blogger.
I'm gonna be making a maximum fuss. I just want you to know. And he goes, listen, whatever you got to do, if you got to get your stuff, like if we didn't have to be here, we didn't have to be here. All right, well, shake your hand, but I'm going down to the station.
Yeah, and he's like, what exactly did I do? And they're like, you made posts that would incite racial hatred. And he's like, against Hamas?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
clown show. That's actually one of our slop articles because I have some real slop for the boys this week.
Here we go.
Which, by the way,
hungry.
just a quick note that I will say because I met some of the squad this weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
It is actually, we do have a fucking sick audience of people.
I agree.
Like, I would say most of the people you meet, you'd be like, I'd hang out with this guy. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Very good squad of people, so I appreciate people coming out.
Yeah.
Also, 1 year anniversary of my special just came out.
Oh, nice.
Which is at like almost 1.5 million views.
Let's go.
With basically, if you actually think about it, zero press, basically completely ignored. I don't think a single article. I didn't really do a press tour because I went back on tour. So exclusively just putting it on YouTube.
I read about some. There was an article in Jezebel about some witches that put a hex on your.
yeah. That hex didn't fucking
That
work.
counts as press, doesn't it?
We have another slop article about the witches back too, which felt like it was exclusively for the boys cast.
Yeah, I think the witches gave me this cold actually.
Which has been on your ass.
The witches have been on my ass.
But if anyone wants to come out, I'm going to be in Baltimore this weekend. Then Eugene, New York, just did a promo for that. If anyone's coming out, that show is going to be fucking awesome. Fort Worth, Dallas, San Francisco, Sacramento, Nashville, RyanLundComedy.com.
And I'll be in Dallas in less than a month. Dallas, Teja, DannyComedy.com.
Fucking catch Danny's show, man. What are you doing out there in Dallas?
Your bud.
So, you know how Alex Stein started doing the, I don't know if he started it or other people doing the going to the city councils or whatever.
It. He definitely was the pioneer of the city council meetings.
No, there was before, like a chat. Do you remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
Chad and JT,
that's
where they were going and saying that like they needed more stoked and stuff like that.
That's true. He's actually not the pioneer.
So they would do some of those, but it's really caught on where every city council has just become like a fucking gong show, right?
I know. Well, I think they always were, because I think that's the whole thing is they're like, you're some city council, and then like by law, they're like, you have to give everybody a minute to just say their piece, and you just got to like take it like a bitch because you make like like $85,000 a year with benefits to like fucking
sit there and get trolled.
Yeah, I guess people are just like, yeah, what's your issue with the city? And then they're just like, not too many tampons in restrooms, and someone's like, not enough tampons and you just got to take it.
And they're all doing performance arts pieces where people are coming just being like, I'm helicoptering my dick for Palestine.
Yeah, for sure. And you're like, yeah, exactly. It's just like some bag lady who's just like, well, the shopping carts are all rickety in town.
But I got one. This was really good. This girl didn't want any budget cuts or something like that. This is what she goes, hold on. Because the women have been really getting into the game and they're getting creative. Moms with time on their hands. That's the thing. It's one thing having like YouTubers messing with you, but if you get moms with time on their hands.
Yeah, which is, I think that's the norm. I think like when they saw someone like Alex Stein, they're probably just like, they probably like didn't even know because like we've been dealing with this forever. It just never made it to you.
It's mostly been moms with time on their hands that she's been,
Yeah.
Well, and by the way, embarrassing if your mom's out here.
A lot of time moms.
Yeah. Okay, let's watch this one. So she's cutting her hair with scissors. Very anticlimactic here.
I hope that this is the only chop that our community has to witness. Thank you very much.
Ooh. She didn't even take off that much.
You're the only chopped that the community has to witness.
Chopped. Yeah. And they go, okay. They go,
she thought she was onto something.
Yeah, we're still closing the library. I don't know what to tell you, lady.
Do you think she was sleeping and then woke up in the middle of the night like, that's fucking
and she told her husband, he's like, please don't do that. Please don't go cut your hair off in front of the city council. She goes, it's the only way they'll get the message that they can't cut taxes.
There's no other option.
Yeah.
But it always had that vibe of like, you know, when someone like who doesn't really do stand-ups thinks like, oh, I'm going to do this like big long performance piece where I'm rolling on the floor and everything. And then in reality, it's just like awkward as fuck and no one's laughing.
Yeah. You're like 30 seconds into this and you're like, I'm bombing. And you're like, still like fucking 12 more minutes of this.
Right. But that's what in her mind, she was like, oh, this is going to kill. But she doesn't realize she's just sort of sitting there awkwardly chopping hair for a little bit. Another one, there was a woman that I think she's conservative and she was kind of protesting the bathroom stuff, right? And she came out and she basically took her clothes off and just had her bra on.
Okay.
And not that great, but
No, this wasn't in France apparently.
no, she was like older, nothing good. But then the idea
Older,
was
nothing good. Older, nothing good.
I don't know if this girl. I wouldn't describe her as like totally beat.
Yeah.
But I would describe her as like. You wouldn't bat an eye, just a standard mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
If it was your friend's like wife, you're not like ew.
Right.
You're just like, yeah, that's a wife.
That's a wife, yeah.
You know,
That's just a childbearing wife.
just a childbearing wife, nothing to write home about, nothing to complain about. You know what I mean? Just run of the mill wife. Maybe even was good back in the day. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
You're definitely not complaining.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
So it's fine. You know, I'll tell you what. If she was here right now and she gave me the option, you want to see the tits or no? I go, yeah, let's pull them out.
Hey, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to disrespect you right
Given the choice, I'd peep them. You know.
now. Yeah, okay, fair.
And you might even take a second look, but you know, nothing to write home about.
Do a spin. Give old Danny a spin.
So she comes out, and her thing was like that the trans people in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And she basically comes out and she takes her clothes off, and they're kind of feeling awkward. And then she was like, "See, if you're feeling awkward about me, imagine how the kids would feel with a man in their change room."
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was a very it was long-winded.
Yeah. Oh, she didn't get to the point, did she? Not right to the point. Made a whole thing out of it.
But can you imagine? Would you love that, Danny? If your mom's on that, where she was just like, yeah, you know, this bathroom stuff's out of control. Then she was like, we should do something about it. You go, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
She's like, well, I'm gonna
Like
go
writing a letter, right? We're just gonna do a letter writing campaign. Sure.
No, I think I'm gonna go protest at the school. Okay, I'm at the city council where they film it and everyone will see it. And then my video go viral. You go, what are you planning to do? These. Remember you used to suck on them?
And they're live streaming this on YouTube, you say? Okay.
You wouldn't love it. I'll tell you that
I wouldn't
much.
like that. I don't want my mom doing anything.
We've been talking in our group chat. People were saying it's so funny to me that we've mentioned it's kind of just like something that goes under the radar that the men pay all the taxes.
Yep.
But interesting point is someone did like a full analysis, and on aggregate, because men pay so much more taxes and women take more social services.
Sure.
Every woman on average, so not everyone, but on average, your average woman is 150 net drain on a country.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't read the thing that we
I
got
saw
sent?
that. Yeah, I kind of perused it quickly, but that's what it worked out to.
Yeah. So basically, on average, men.
150,000?
Yeah. So on average, men pay 100.
Spend it.
So I don't want to misrepresent it because there is something, probably the most important thing is women live 7 years older, right?
Right.
So if women get their, pensions and healthcare and that stuff's expensive and Medicare and all that sort of stuff, and they live 7 years longer, right?
Right.
So they have 7 more years of being old, and old people are in that drain. And then on top of that, men just make way more money.
Yeah.
So there's like men on average, it's not like that they're on average just taking way more social services. I don't know if that, there might be.
Yeah.
But essentially it was women.
I mean, women are more likely to go to the doctor. That's what they say. Like,
so women take more health services over the course of their life, and it's not, I think they remove like if the welfare is coming to the kid, they don't count that. If it's birth, they kind of don't really count that because. So they did actually do a fair job of those sort of things.
Yeah.
But on average, the biggest things are men pay way more taxes.
All right.
And on
If you see a man out there today, just go give him a handshake.
Say thank you.
Thank you for your service, sir. Because I'm not in the military. Go. That's not what I was talking about.
On average, just you paying $150,000 more than you took.
Yeah, do you know
you're a net positive on society
country right now?
And people have said that. They go, what would you describe as being a man? And being a man, they're like, you contribute more than you take.
Yeah.
That's like when you start, like if someone's still, living with their parents and their parents are, they're taking more than they're giving, or some other things, right? Like if you add it up and you go, this person's taking more than they're giving, that might be something where you said hasn't passed through into manhood yet.
Sure.
But on average, your average woman over the course of her life,
tisk tisk, ladies.
Yeah, you can't fault the living longer part.
Of course.
But the moral of the story is
nagging gives you so much fucking just like
juice,
life force and juice.
Yeah, it gives you juice.
Yeah. Like if men actually could nag more, like it's just like it's not in your bones.
I know,
but like literally, like nobody's been like, there's no biohackers, like there's no like Peter Attia or fucking Hubermans being like, if you just like nag the shit out of your wife,
it keeps you going.
Yeah,
it is actually. If you think about it though, if you're like 87 years old and you're just sitting there, if you're grumpy and all you do is watch your programs, like that isn't your brain starts to turn to mush.
Yep.
You eventually turn off.
Your body stops.
Right. However, if you're like a gossipy 87-year-old woman and nagging and gossiping,
keeps you going.
It keeps you going.
I mean, just that fucking little dopamine.
You're always getting a new hit of dopamine every time you complain about something. You're like, this food's bad,
there's a hair in this. It's cold.
The temperature's off. Now you always have missions, right?
Yeah.
Because you go, what's my purpose in life? After a point, there is something where you go nothing, and then you go, you just kind of eventually die.
Yeah.
But if you go, what's my purpose in life? You go, it's too cold in here.
I can't work the thermostat.
I have a few purposes in life. One of my purposes is too cold in life. One of my purposes is the neighbors are too loud.
Yeah. Calling my grandkids fat.
Yeah, one of my purposes, my grandkids needs to get it together. One of my purposes is finding out gossip and distributing it to other family members.
Yeah. I think it's checks out.
It does check out a little bit, right? So I just thought that was such like an interesting thing that the moral of it obviously is you're just like, so when people say if you took away men, society would collapse. If you took away men, society would literally collapse.
Yeah.
It would run the deficit would be like untenable.
I mean, who would hang a TV?
Well, who'd hang a TV, but more importantly, like who would pay for anyone's anything?
Oh yeah, that too. No question about that part. Not even the fucking labor rules.
So it could work.
Yeah. But women are sick too.
I want to get to the ultimate slop, and I've never seen slop like this. If you know what article I'm about to talk about,
fucking content tsunami slop with this new ChatGPT thing they rolled out yesterday.
What do you mean?
You didn't see the Sora 2 that they came out with?
This isn't ChatGPT slop that I'm about to talk about.
Content slops.
I'm listening. Tell me about it.
Wow. Sora. So Sora is like ChatGPT's video model thing or whatever, and they just came out with like a new version of it, and it's like way crazy. Like all the shit you've been seeing with Google's like VO3.
Yeah,
it's like way better than that. Like some guy. So they made like I can't get into it. You need like an invite code but they made like they have their own app. It's called Sora 2, and they're trying to make it like kind of almost like a social networky style thing. And you can like insert yourself now into AI videos, like you in them, and it like looks amazing. But like this one guy like made this video of who works at ChatGPT of Sam Altman. Like,
I've seen that video
of him stealing GPUs. It's like it looks like a.
I did not see that video. I saw their promo video about it.
The promo, but so there's like this guy just made one, and I think it's like the number one because it's like ranked because they're trying to make like an app or whatever, and it's him just like it's like grainy like security cam footage, and you're like him stealing GPUs from a Target like as a joke, and you're like, yeah, this is gonna get misused pretty badly,
right? Of course.
And it looks like really real.
You just make someone a video of their wife jacking off a dude.
Oh my God. The only thing you can do is you can really flood the zone if you're trying to get away from some sort of controversy.
Right.
You know, you can just make a million
things of you doing everything.
Yeah,
and you go, look,
yeah. You're just like, there's so much, because there's me doing everything. I don't know. Find which one's the...
You're right, though. If they had a video of you walking out of the glory hole, and then you're just like, oh, so yesterday I was at 9,000 glory holes. Here's there's 20,000 videos of me walking out of glory hole
with the
wiping
same
my
time,
face.
Same time.
Same time stop wiping my face.
I was at home watching the baseball game. It's just like, come on, guys.
Oh, yeah. I was in every fucking area of the city at the exact same time with cum on my face. Yeah, right.
Just use your brain, okay? Just think about it. Is that possible?
That's actually a pretty good point. You can flood the zone pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
just with. I mean, it's just like disinformation. Essentially, you're just making your own disinformation.
You put your own disinformation campaign, and it's like and then plausible deniability. Look at me getting that word right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that theory, but that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the motherload of slop coming from Britain, coming from Kier Starmer, who probably,
What is
you know,
this, the
him and Carney are both
digital
out of
ID?
control right now. What?
The ID?
The digital ID is out of control,
Yeah.
but the slop, this isn't actually coming directly from,
okay.
But I can't believe you don't know which one it is. This is the motherload of slop. If you had to guess out of our articles which one I'm calling the motherload of slop.
I don't know.
First cousin marriages have their benefits.
Of course.
NHS guideline despite birth defect risk. So they
Hey
released
guys, marrying your first cousin is actually pretty cool.
the blogosphere and the NHS and these corrupt organizations. First they want you fucking eating bugs.
First they want you eating
Next
bugs.
after they want you eating
Now
bugs.
they want you fucking Lady and the Tramp eating bugs with your first cousin.
They want you
just like a
eating
giant
bugs.
cricket. You're both on each end of it, and you just eat it until you kiss your first cousin.
Cousin in the Tramp.
Yeah, cousin and the Tramp. That's what they want.
You're just making out with your first friggin' cousin.
Yeah.
Isn't that something else? And obviously, what happened was that there's a lot of people from different cultures. I'm not going to say what they are, but it rhymes with bluish. And no, it's not. But there's other cultures that it's like more of a normal practice to marry fucking first cousins.
Sure.
And they're trying to be culturally sensitive to that.
Yeah, so they're just being
they're-
like, here are the upsides. And you're like, yeah, there's some downsides, like half your kids are retarded.
Right.
Yeah, and they go, well, you know, dude, everything has costs and benefits.
They're literally out here being like, yes, it's possible that your kids are going to have way more birth defects, but imagine how much cheaper the wedding will be. Less seats.
Yeah.
Some family members will be accounted for. If instead of two uncles, that's one uncle.
Yeah, I love how the NHS too, they posted this and then they go, yeah, we're just like reposting an article. Like this isn't like an endorsement. You're like, I mean, you reposted it from like the National Health Service or whatever. You're like, what do you mean it's not an endorsement?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Yeah, you go, oh, we just happened to come across this. Thought you guys would be interested in this article we found. Like it's your mom like fucking DMing you being like, hey, I found an article.
Yeah, your mom
that's cool.
DMs you being like, dicks are tasty.
Yeah, I go, huh, it seems like an endorsement.
Oh, what? I don't have a
Mother.
comment either way.
Yeah. He goes, oh yeah, I have no thoughts on this. It's just an article we came across.
This is the ultimate slop of the year.
Yeah.
And people want to talk about conspiracies with Blackstone, BlackRock. People want to talk about conspiracies with the World Economic Forum. They now want you marrying your fucking cousin. They want you in your house, eating slop, consuming their slop with your cousin.
Just having a bunch of fucking...
Your dick in your cousin's mouth.
Having a bunch of deliverance kids.
Cousin's pussy in your
Playing
mouth.
the banjo on a fucking porch.
Eating out your first cousin.
Oh my God.
That would be crazy if you get an arranged marriage with your parents and they arranged your cousin. You show up and you go, that's who?
Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be like I've never met her before. It's like I know my cousin.
Isn't that out of...
I mean, that is crazy that they're just like, yeah, we're trying to find here's something that's provably bad. We all know it's bad. It's like illegal in many places.
Oh, this is the same with...
Is it illegal? Is it not illegal in the UK to marry your first cousin?
I think some places they have incest laws. Yeah,
because you're just like...
I don't know everywhere.
I mean, the thing is, it's like, it's the NHS. You go, this is a massive burden on the healthcare system.
Oh, not to mention,
like a financial burden. If you go, if we're just coming out with all these like deformed kids and stuff.
Yeah, the percentage chance that you're more deformed is like, I think it was like a 40% higher or something like that.
I think it's something like 30 or 40% chance of having a
I mean, person, obviously your sniffles is because of some inbreeding in there somewhere.
Probably somewhere down the line, fucking a couple kissing cousins, and now I fucking can't stop sniffling.
Who is it, Jerry Lewis, that married his cousin?
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis. I mean, here's the thing is like, because, you know, a lot of people are like, yeah, you know, back in the old country, that was common. And you're like, there is something to it where you're like, yeah, I lived in like a fucking little village of 80 people. And you're like, that's just like what was around.
My cousin was hotter than the...
You're like, there wasn't a lot of options. And you're like, okay, not great.
Yeah.
I understand, right? Whereas you're like, you weren't able to travel. It's just like, there's nobody around. Now it's just like... How many people are in the UK? Like fucking 90 million or some shit?
Exactly.
You're like, you need to marry. Now you're just like, this is a fetish.
Now this is your thing. Yeah.
This is just like, this is a kink. This is cousin kink right here.
I used to talk about the joke where it's like, you're not allowed to have sex with someone that's mentally retarded.
Yeah.
And And because of that, it was always funny to me. It's the same as anything. Like, whenever they have to do these laws, someone has to take the other side, right? Like, same as when they're talking about age of consent and they're just like, 18, like, someone takes the other side by being like little high. And it's just like always weird.
Sure.
It's just like these laws, it's always weird to take the other side when they're debating it. Like, you probably shouldn't be allowed to marry your cousin. Like, one person has to be like, wow.
Excuse me, my cousin. Have you seen?
Have you seen my cousin?
Have you seen how hot my cousin is?
I was kind of doing a joke where I was talking about that everyone's principles about politics, because everyone with politics, a lot of times, kind of we were talking about the free speech stuff, and so many people's principles when it comes, you can find a place where they'll leave them, right? Of course, yeah. And I was saying that people's principles with politics are kind of like guys' principles with having sex with women, where a lot of times we'll be just like, dude, I would never drive 500 miles to have sex with a woman, and then, after a bit of a drive spell, you're on the road, like, it's actually not that far.
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the
I've been to Flagstaff, Arizona.
Yeah,
let's go everywhere.
Principles can be malleable in certain scenarios,
right? Or you just like, and I've been saying that I'm not paying $1,000 for like a dinner. That's insane. And then the girl's hot enough, and you're just like, well, whatever. I probably could put it on the credit card. We'll figure that out. And you go, I would never have sex with a blood relative. That's what I brought it up because but.
I wonder if that's like because I think this is specifically referenced mostly at Pakistani people.
Yeah. It's Muslims in general. Yeah, the reason why they're being sensitive about the topic.
Right. But I wonder if that's a big genre in their like porn and is like first cousin porn, because like the step is like the biggest one in America.
Good question.
Yeah, like are they just like fuck it?
I'm not gonna check it out right now.
Like your first cousin stuck in a dryer.
Has there been any? Has there been any? Do you think there's any first cousin gay porn?
Cousin fucked up is like that's the best kind. It's the safest kind.
You're right. You're right. Whenever they talk about incest, they're like, well, that's the one that there's no moral obligation because they can't have a kid.
Yeah,
and the whole thing is
that'd be funny if NHS, because I go, we were talking about two gays. Two gay Muslims.
That is so funny to think about two fucking male cousins marrying each other.
Yeah, that would be a grand opening, grand closing. That wouldn't last too long. He goes, we're getting married on top of a roof, huh? It's for the photos, you say.
So, guidance published last week in NHS, which is England's genomic education program, says first cousin marriage is linked to stronger extended family support and economic advantages.
Yeah, so how it's always so hard to find someone to take care of your fucking clubfoot kid? It's because I don't have any. Now you got tons of family around.
Extended family support. It doesn't even make sense because you're just like, so you have one family instead of two. So you have less family members.
Yes, correct.
So you're just like, well, what? The grandmother's more likely to take care of the kid because it's her grandkid twice.
Right. Yeah.
It's
exactly.
like, well, when it's just her one grandkid, she wouldn't. She's like, I'm busy. And you're like, well, it's both of my grandkids.
Yeah, it's a double.
Like, doesn't even make sense that you'd have more family support.
No, it doesn't make sense.
You'd have less family support because you'd have less family.
Yeah.
It's like, how many New York people do we know?
Also, it's like, do these people in question have small families generally?
Right.
You're like, these are people with massive. We all seen a fucking Indian wedding. It's like 900 people. It's a week. You're like, is this a problem for them?
Not enough. You're right. Not enough family support. But
like, I don't know if a Pakistani wedding is the same thing, but like,
but it's double wrong because your point is that like, as if you need more family support, you guys have big families, but like, it also this wouldn't solve it either because it has less family, not more family.
Correct.
I guess the hypothesis is because it's a relative, they're more support.
Right. Yeah.
Now they're really on board. No, they might be less on board because some people might be like, this is weird.
Yeah. Yeah,
There's so much support. Like your uncle is just your uncle again.
Yeah, whoever wrote this is probably just really wants to fuck their cousin.
Your uncle's also your dad-in-law.
This is cousin uncle. This is like cousin.
This is 100% a guy that's just like has his cousin's pod.
Yeah,
and he's like,
she's like, we can't do this. She's like, it's not good.
yes, he's behind the scenes.
Yeah, and he's like, no, I'm telling you. It's like, look at this article that just came out from the NHS of all places.
This is a guy putting a full long plan to work.
Yeah.
He's been infiltrating the NHS all so he can smash his cousin, getting his cousin on the mailing list. He's been the last 6 months telling his cousin like the NHS is like the top tier organization. I've been looking at all the organizations. The only one I trust. They're never wrong.
Never wrong.
He's been filling his cousin's head with this propaganda while simultaneously setting up alter egos, getting degrees, getting a job at the NHS. Also, he could drop his full... all to drop the full endorsement of the cousin wedding, which he will then go to her and he goes, crazy article. I mean, I wouldn't have thought, but like as
he's just like leaving multiple copies around everywhere.
I personally, I wouldn't have thought that, but as we've been discussing for the last 7 years, NHS is the only source that we trust.
Yeah, you know, they really want us to get together. They want us to try it.
Are we? Should we? I mean, she goes, what are you doing? Who are we to argue with the NHS? More family support.
Yeah, man.
So much family support.
UK used to be like a respectable place.
Just think about all the economic advantages. So much family around.
Oh my God, there's going to be so much fucking family around.
So much fucking family. We're going to be swimming in family. We can't afford not to. We can't afford not to smash.
Yeah.
Take your clothes off. We can't afford not to smash.
This is borderline new low for them. They're hitting new lows on the weekly.
These people deserve to be fucking tarred and feathered.
Yeah, I don't know what's
tarred and pleathered.
Yeah.
Fellas, fall is here. It comes with back to school rush, early morning drop off, school activities, football games, last minute supply runs. Let's not forget extra chips for groceries, coffee, gas. The days get busier. All of it adds up fast. With the free Upside app, there is an easy way to earn real cash back every time you fill up your tank, grab a bite to eat, take a girl out on a date, stock up on essentials, whether you're driving across the town to a soccer game, you're picking up snacks, the school lunchbox. Upside helps you keep more money in your pocket. In fact, Upside has given back $1 billion. $1 billion to its users. So if you haven't tried it already, the free Upside app gets you cash back on the daily essentials like gas, groceries, dining. There's over 100,000 gas stations, grocery stores, and restaurants on the Upside app, ensuring the cash back is always just around the corner. Yes, we're talking real cash back. No confusing rewards, points, or credits, just actual money you transfer right to your bank account. Next, you claim the offer for whatever you're buying on Upside, then pay as usual with a credit or debit card. Follow the steps in the app and you get paid. People can earn 3 times more cash back with the Upside app than any other product. This includes loyalty programs and credit card rewards. 1 million cash back is being earned by users every single week. It's easy to use. I'm using it. You should too. We're talking real hard cash back in your pocket. This is simple to use. This is a no-brainer, folks. Upside has given $1 billion to its user. And to find out how much you could earn, download the free Upside app and use the promo code BOYSCAST to get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas, fellas. That's an extra 25 cents for every gallon on your first tank of gas. So use the promo code BOYSCAST once again at the Upside app. Fellas, life gets a little crazy out there, and one thing that can help you unwind is Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. Have you been looking for a natural way to relieve aches, discomfort? The CBD gummies from Cornbread Hemp are formulated to work with your body, not against it. Hey, we're not as young as we once were, Danny. Even older than me. Old man compared to myself even. But I care a lot about maintaining physical and mental wellness, which is why Cornbread Hemp CBD gummies are a huge part of our wellness plan. You might have tried everything under the sun already and you're looking for peace of mind. It sounds like it might be time for you. Give it a try for Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. I personally use the CBD sleep gummies. It's something that I've added to my routine, and whether you're looking to relieve stress, discomfort, or you just need a little relaxation, they only use the best part of the hemp plant, the flower, for the purest and most potent CBD. Formulated to help relieve discomfort, stress, and sleeplessness, all products are third-party lab tested, USDA organic, and insured for safety and purity. So right now, BOYSCAST listeners can save 30% off their first order when you just head over to cornbreadhemp.com/BOYSCAST. cornbreadhemp.com/boyscast. Use the code boyscast at checkout. That is Cornbread Hemp. That's cornbreadhemp.com/boyscast with the code boyscast. It's like tartan pleathered more. Cover him in pleather.
You're all gonna be just marrying your first cousins with digital ID.
You can have digital ID. Well, that's the thing, because he goes, Starmer, along with members of the Labour government, has argued that education should be prioritized instead of overreaching government mandates. And this is one of the reasons he said we don't want to get involved. But that is rich.
You guys want to get involved in fucking everything.
That is rich.
Yeah, you don't want to get involved. You guys, you get your fingers in fucking everything.
If I had a fucking nickel for every time this piece of garbage got involved.
Guy's got his fingers in everything. Now he wants his fingers in your
I'd be
first
able
cousin.
to fold her for a real woman instead of my cousin.
Hey, cousin's still a real
Isn't
woman.
that rich?
Yeah, it's,
The audacity of this piece of garbage.
I don't know. The crazy thing is, like, we always talk shit about this. You know, you talk shit about, like, in Canada, and you go, they still keep electing these people. That is the craziest part. Is we watch this shit from the sidelines. You go, this is crazy. Like, and then you go, all right, election time. They go, they won again.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they just like, you're like, this is what people want, I guess.
It is what people want.
Yeah. So it is bizarre that it's so
Different
objective.
cultures, like a lot of those cultures, love to be censored, man. It's their favorite thing. Censor me, daddy.
Censor me, daddy. Censor me, daddy.
But that is crazy to start be pitching the benefits. Like, you don't have to change your last name. Just
Yeah.
think of that. You just saved the day.
We're all just
No arguing over inheritance.
No.
In the general population, a child's chance of being born with a genetic condition is around 2 to 3%. This increases to 4 to 6% with children of first cousins. Hence, most children of first cousins are healthy. So they're just like, most likely,
Yeah.
you'll be healthy.
94% chance.
Yeah, but
you're
so
good to go.
1 in
and-
20 chance of being like,
like has some crazy deformity.
The
But 100% chance of fucking your hot cousin.
The conservatives also. So this is the other part of it. It's a pretty important part that that gets glossed over. So one of the reasons that people that are against this wanted to stop is because cousin marriages are used as backdoor to immigration. Because basically, you know, people come and then they marry their cousin and then
Right.
do the reunification to get them here. So they're like, there are people doing the cousin marriage where they aren't actually smashing. I for sure some of the guys are probably like, well, we got to consummate though.
How does the government even know if you're a cousin though? Like, how do do they, you know, if you're like, I'm marrying this person, you're like, does the government, like, you know, the immigration stuff, are they like finding out if that's your cousin?
I guess you are right.
Really hard for like old country, like, you know, from some third world to be like,
how do you find a ledger that your dad's brothers with
they're
his
like
her dad?
they go, well, we want your entire family tree to make sure, and they go, yeah, they're all named Muhammad.
Dude, if me and my brother had kids and they started fucking, you'd be like, ugh, the hell?
Yeah.
You sickos.
Yeah, I mean, you would dissuade it. Yeah, you'd be like, this is not good.
I don't know if this is true, but they said in Dearborn, Michigan, that they actually have to play the call to prayer on the thing. Is that true?
I don't know.
Johnny, look that up.
I mean, it is, I believe, the largest Muslim population in America.
I know, but you know how, like, in a lot of those places, they actually blast the call to prayer, which to me, if you're not religion, that's hell on earth. Imagine just any song. I used to have the joke, but
it's just like a rooster.
Yeah.
You ever been somewhere where there's
5 times a day?
You ever been somewhere?
Submits to pray 5 times a day. J5 finds a way.
The mosques do. How far does it go? But it's you know what? It's
but they have speakers on them.
Yeah, they have speakers on them, but it's probably like all just like totally like that entire area is probably Muslim.
Can you imagine that? Everyone's living like Danny, getting on your knees 5 times a day? The Danny special.
DP special.
Oh, are you Muslim?
What?
Oh, what?
Yeah. Allahu Akbar, pal.
My favorite was when I Allah dick suck. How about that? I thought it was my favorite one when I was in Toronto and I went to this rug store and I was buying a rug and the guy was down on the floor praying and I went in and he just goes 1 second and he was finished his pray. And then I've said this before, but he finished his pray and then he got up and he goes, "We got great deals today. How you doing?" He got right into sleazy salesman mode after praying.
Yeah. You just have to get a quick little prayer.
Well, I think he was on there being like,
he's praying for a
"Lord,
sale.
please send me a fucking sucker for me to rinse."
And then Ryan shows up. He goes, "Oh, you guys are going out of business. Cool. Must be some good deals." I was like, yeah. That was like the...
He came right off the floor. My friend.
That was like every rug store. That was like in the East End, right? Probably like on Gerrard East. There was like in Toronto, there was like, it was all...
This was Lansdowne, the other side.
There was like, because it was all rug stores.
Oh, yeah.
Just like every store is like going out of business for like 10 years.
Yeah, then they had that one store where it was like everything. It was like the chair for $800. You remember that one?
Yeah,
like by Parliament?
Yeah.
Just like the biggest warehouse of stuff. But it was like the biggest store in all of Toronto. It was like 5 blocks, this fucking thing. And you'd go in and it would just be like a table for $9,000. And we used to always just say it was a guy that owns all this stuff and he has a store, but he really hates selling anything. He wants to keep all this stuff, but his wife's like, you got to get rid of some of it. And he's like, well, okay, if someone wants to pay $12,000 for this stepping stool.
And eventually someone will.
But speaking of that side of the world.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia Comedy Festival. Me and Danny have not been asked to do it.
No.
And
I was actually asked. I turned it down.
well, they told me that they would let me do it without you, and I said, "Fucking, you got the wrong guy."
Dude, they kind of fucking good cop, bad copped us. They were like prisoner dilemmaing us. They put us in different rooms, and then
Yeah. Danny already agreed for $40.
said he'd pay his way over here too.
Danny already signed you up for $40, so I think that I've not been.
I do
asked.
love the open micers who are like, I would never do this. It's like you would drive 12 hours for a drink ticket. You would drive 12 hours to do like a show at a brewery in bumfuck nowhere for 10 people.
And then you'd suck off a promoter.
Yeah, and it just goes, I would never.
Well, you are right. So there is like a big war over this festival, right?
My boy Jake is picking this up now. This is a big Jake Tapper thing now. He's been covering
Taps is on
Taps
it?
all over it.
What's Taps been doing?
Tapmeister is just like, he's not liking it.
Taps isn't happy the comedians are doing it.
No. He's taking the side of the people. He goes, these people did 9/11.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, just to go back to your other point before I say my thoughts on it, like there is something to be said about anytime there's a lot of people standing up and taking a stand in this industry specifically that is full of sociopaths and psychopaths and narcissists. You're always looking around being like, sure, except you.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? You're just like, there's a lot of people that take stands and you're just like, yeah, there's something to be said about this, but you will murder your mother for 4 seconds of fame.
Yes.
Like you said, for a feature spot in Brantford, Ontario, you will slit your mother's throat like a Taliban beheading video. Happily.
Yeah.
So there's always asterisks around when you look at the people doing it, and you watch and you're just like, sure, but not you.
Yeah, and I understand the people who are like, they're like, they did 9/11, and I don't really know where because the Saudi is basically like,
there is something to be said about being Canadian where you're just like, you don't have as much of a visceral I guess.
I mean, look, if they offered me fucking $375,000 to go do an hour, I probably would have done it.
I don't. I mean, if you looked at how much,
I don't know if it's because I'm not American.
If you look at how much people are worth, like they were doing it, and
because it was like, I actually know for a fact that my people did 9/11, but I would be like,
you're like this. They didn't actually,
guys.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it this way,
and be like, yo, it's so sick. You guys all wear dresses.
Thanks for taking the credit for what we. I've turned down lots of money, way higher than that for things.
Yeah.
So I will say I'm a guy that's known to turn down things, and I usually don't even tell people, like, things I've turned down, but I don't really make a big stink about it. But I'm actually a pretty big turn down guy, and I'm not that motivated by money.
Yeah.
And if I look around at the people that like if you look at what Tim got, I know what some people were getting for those things.
Yeah.
And if you look at their net worth versus, how much they make a year versus what that was, not that crazy.
No.
So for what I probably would have got, it wouldn't have, I do not lose sleep turning down big amounts of money.
No.
So the only thing I will say is in my extreme loopiness, it is also very possible that it might slip through the cracks where something like this would come. I'm on tour. I get an email where they're just like, hey, there's this festival like Louis C.K.'s doing it and Bill Burr's doing it.
I mean,
and it's like Middle East.
Where Riyadh or Saudi Arabia
I'm kind of like, I'm not really like, I don't know what the difference is. I'm just like, oh, is that the place where all the crypto bros live?
Right.
Like, and I'm kind of not really putting it together. I'm just like, oh, that sounds cool. Yeah, maybe I would. And then not.
No, you would literally be like, they did 9/11. You're like, I thought Osama bin Laden did 9/11. What do you mean the Saudis 9/11?
So it is very possible that something like this would slip through the cracks on me. But if I actually did, put it together and I started being like, yeah, I turned down stuff so often.
Yeah.
Think about it. We were going to I got offered multiple shows overseas that were high amounts of money that I was just like, the fucking regulations on the jokes
like,
or
I
all
don't
this
wanna go to
shit. I have to do
Pyongyang.
the Department of Humor stuff, and you're just like, nah, I don't want to. So the idea that I would turn it down, it's like I turn down stuff like crazy. So I think that it's very possible.
And
I also think I'm loopy enough that maybe one would slip through the cracks where I wouldn't even notice.
Sure. I mean, look, like nobody's giving fucking everybody in the WWE like a hard time about performing the WWE. You're like,
They do. Remember, a lot of people get a hard time.
Not to this degree. I feel like I don't know if like these guys are getting the kind of smoke like because Saudi's own WWE now. You're like, I haven't heard this guy. I know when Live Golf happened, everybody.
That's what I was gonna say.
Live Golf, everybody was giving them a hard time.
Yeah,
but they were also like these were golf fans who were like mad, where they're like, you're ruining golf. You're splitting up golf into like 2 leagues. You're like taking half the fucking best players and like just putting them in this league that like nobody watches.
Yeah, you're just taking big money and you're ruining it.
There was like a golf like purist element to it that was less to do with like the Saudi.
But even like it's the hypocrisy for some people, right?
Yeah.
Like there is people that your whole thing is, this, and you go, they're the antithesis, and you're getting the money directly from the government. Like I get,
if you're the speaking truth to power guy, and like not like that's your identity, like the Bill Burr, and you're like, not the greatest look, but like, I don't care, fucking
right. But yeah, you kind of are like, it depends on like what you've been saying.
Like Mark
Russell
Norman is just like a comedian. Like Mark Norman is probably just like, I don't do that. So
Russell Peters like. Been doing that.
Yeah, he's been like,
dude, he's out there DPing chicks with the fucking Saudi Royals.
He's shitting on chess. He's fucking having
like Schultz. Didn't he already do all those places?
Yeah, he's done. I guess like
this is different because it's coming from the government.
Yeah, this is different, and like, but he's done like a lot of those places. Yeah.
How has there not been one article that said no laughing matter on this?
Funny you say that.
You found one?
That was
Saudi festivals, no laughing matter.
Tap
Man said no laughing matter.
Yeah, the Tap Man said no laughing matter. That was the fucking. Yeah. Oh no, Tap Man was no laughing matter for Kimmel getting canceled. They did this whole special, like this like 1 hour special on CNN.
Oh really?
Of, like government censorship or whatever, and like with the Kimmel thing, and it was titled "No Laughing Matter." Yeah, for the whole thing. I'm sure there's been a no laughing matter for
there has to have been, but I didn't see it yet.
I haven't seen it for Riyadh.
But yeah, people are getting shit. There is definitely, it's a person by person. There's some hypocrisy. If you are American and you were, there's. Yeah. I don't know. It's like case by case, but yeah, in general, like I understand the outrage where people are like, if you're really into like, speaking about authoritarianism and totalitarian regimes, and then you take their check, like that is, I do get the idea that you go, there's a difference between taking money from the government and taking money from the thing, but I don't know.
Like if
Tim was hilarious about it. He was just like, I take he's like, get paid, fuck you. Like there's enough money, you just got to give people enough money. Don't expect me to say your bullshit for free. And then he got fired from it, which is hilarious.
For saying they had slaves.
That's the other thing is I would also get fired from dude. I'm not. Do you know how many times I've done a corporate and it worked out?
Never. It's rare.
Do you remember when my thing where I did that billionaire conference?
Yeah.
And then I didn't follow any of the rules. People were walking out. It was not a good fucking debacle. And then I came home and I did a podcast that said I went to a billionaire conference and I fucking said all these things then I got immediately calls from people being like, you signed NDAs. And
you can't, don't talk about that.
I'd be in a fucking Saudi prison right now.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the core, because, we know a lot of comics where you're like, you do have that urge when you go somewhere, they're like, you're not allowed to say this thing, where like the comedian urge is, you're like, how close can I get to the line here?
Yes. And I'm also a guy that the amount of times in my life, I think it's a mix of loopiness. I think it's obliviousness. I also think I have a high fear tolerance, or risk tolerance. Yeah. There's just so many times that I've like walked my way into a situation where as an adult had to be like a kid sitting in a teacher's office. You know what I mean? Sure. Like in the band, just being like, I remember, doing things like we would get hired to do some fucking like school or university or something. And then I'd be like making videos, and then we would go break into the guidance office at the university and just be like making videos of us like fucking around on the desks. And then and honestly, like not even like just waking up the next morning to like 9 phone calls being like, did you break into the fucking school's office and then film a video and put it online? And I'm just like, yeah, I guess that's kind of crazy. Like, dude, even when we were filming the show, right? Yeah. We had the TV show, and there was so many things where like eventually we were getting sued by the fucking Holt Renfrew and all these places. And like at the time, I'm just like, oh, this is funny. Yeah, that'd be crazy. And then all of a sudden you're getting sued, and you're just like, Yeah, I guess I'm like in a fucking haze of doing shit. Like as soon as I
really have a stick up their ass, huh?
I think I'm a little better now, but like I'm very much like you. I'm just like on autopilot doing stuff, and then I kind of am like, and then you kind of like wake up, and I'm like, you know, you have managers and agents like yelling at you, being like, "What the fuck were you thinking?" And I'm just like, "Fuck yeah, you're right." Yeah. Just even at school, same thing. Suspended fucking 9 times. You know, everything. Kicked out of residence at university. Like I've gone through life escaping being in jail by the skin of my teeth, like being removed from every institution.
Sure.
You know,
I mean, yeah, when you've
signed a yucks, you get kicked out of that.
Kicked out of residence.
You know, someone tells you, hey, you can do this thing, but you can't say this online. Then I do it, and then they, advertisements that I do, and they're just like, hey, you can't. It's like,
please do not disparage our product as you're doing a read for it.
Right. So it is very much an actual conflict of interest for my life to go do a gig like that. Yeah. I'm actually playing with fire.
I know. Yeah.
I'm not equipped.
I mean, it's risky for sure, but yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where like, I mean, I don't know how much like regular people care about this, to be honest, like regular Americans, like your average American, if they're like, because obviously 99% of everything I've heard is from other comedians. Like,
no, I've seen a lot. Well, influencers. I've seen like tons of people making videos, but it's a hot topic.
Yeah, it's a hot topic. But I mean, just like your average person, you go, is this something you care about? You're like someone who's just like a fan, who's just like, you're just like a casual Dave Chappelle fan. Do you care that he went and did this?
Well, it depends on the person. I don't think Dave Chappelle fans give 2 shits.
No, I don't think so.
But it depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like there's definitely certain people where you're like, all right, bit hypocrisy from you. Certain people that you're like, I mean, that's on brand for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Kevin Hart, you're just like, you're going to go to some huge stadium for, City Billionaires. You're like, that feels about like you.
That's right. Yeah.
feels about like
I'm sure Kevin Hart was not one of the ones on the lineup. I go, oh, that's weird. It is funny though, because there's actually way more comics than is on that poster, and there's like famous comics who made it on that poster, and they're probably just like,
some people slipped out.
Yeah, like I saw like Jack Whitehall, who's like, he's pretty famous.
He just slipped out. He's not
like,
on the
they just like didn't make the poster, and then they put Lil Sass on there.
Yeah.
And he's probably
getting killed.
Yeah, and he's probably just like sick. Didn't make the poster.
Remember the Chinese comedy clubs? People used to go there, and you're just like, dude, if you talk shit about the government, it's like fucked.
Yeah, Ari did that.
Ari did it. Apparently, what they do there is some of the guys know, like, when the government guys come in, they have like a, they give you the light of like, hey, the government guy's here. But
dude, imagine getting the fucking light from the government. You're on stage, and it's just like a blinking red light. You go, yeah, that's the CCP. That's not us. Get off. You go, oof. I fucked up.
This is the thing.
Like some dude in a military suit is lighting you.
Yes.
You go, does this guy work here?
Remember we did the fucking we did the corporate for the chicken company.
Yeah.
I've done corporates in my life where legitimately the person who runs the show is like sprinting full vault, as fast as they can go from one side to like dive to like turn the sound system off to kick us off stage.
I mean, like
in my mind, I'm just like, pretty good set there. The guy's like, pretty good set.
It's like, you know how many fucking contracts we just lost?
You just ruined my life.
Like, these guys are all truck drivers and they're offended. What did you do?
In my mind, I'm just like, that's a pretty good one.
You hired me for my act, you get my act, okay?
I did.
Ryan Long's going to do what Ryan Long's going to do.
I thought I was being reasonable. I'm out here on a Saudi stage talking about, having sex with the Prophet Muhammad.
Big no.
I'm telling you, brother. Yeah. I'm not equipped for these sort of things.
Yeah, it is funny. Bill Burr, like on his podcast, was like, "Yeah, I was in Riyadh and I wasn't sure." And he goes, "Yeah, these guys are just like us." That's his deal. He just goes, "Yeah, they're just like us."
I don't know if they're just like us.
Yeah, I don't know about
they just like us. I don't know about just like us. Yeah. Listen, I mean, on the phone.
Saudi is, again, I guess here's the problem with the Saudi, because you're like, there is an element where they're like, yeah, we're trying to like move it, become more westernized, and they have that new guy who's like in charge, and he's like, yeah, we're trying to be like more cool and westernized, and they're like, yeah, but you still can't like killing journalists and stuff. And
this is what
is killing a journalist the biggest crime? I'm sure everybody watching this right now, I go, look, if I let you just fucking full purge day, government shut down, you go, we'll let you kill one journalist, fucking freebie, you're not taking one? There's not one journalist where you go, yeah,
take a crack at it.
Yeah, you get one where you just go, you can have that one. We're no harm, no foul. We'll just get rid of them. And you go, I have some ideas.
Yeah, if I get one, the purge.
Yeah, you get one for the purge.
But Yes, that is somewhat true. And you'd be on the phone with them and just being like, explain the journalism thing. And they're like, you got to see this guy's articles. He did 4 Not Laughing Matter articles. And then on top of that, you're like,
say no more.
All right. And you're just like, he's like, it's $1 million. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Women aren't allowed to speak in public. You go, oh, okay, I'm listening.
Okay, you've seen my act, I see.
I'd be fucked, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's I'm not equipped for
It would be
that
one of
kind
those, like when you like kind of a spicy joke and then like people like it way too much and you go, I don't like
Oh,
that.
yeah, of
You're gonna be
course.
like, yeah, women should be allowed to speak, just like standing ovation.
Guy shoots a gun
You're
in
like,
the air.
That's just the premise. You're like, that's just the setup. I haven't even gotten the punchline. You go, you guys are liking this a little too much.
I had a guy at my show this weekend in Cincinnati. A guy, I'm on stage doing my act. I'm walking on my hands. I'm juggling. There's a guy in the show, sparks up a cigarette.
Okay.
They come out.
Bit of a bad boy.
Start trying to kick him out. It's a whole debacle.
Yeah.
Everyone's watching. I'm just doing my act. I'm being like, oh, maybe I lost him on that one a little bit. I finally am like, what's going on? For the last 9 minutes, a guy's been getting kicked out, smoking a cigarette.
Yep.
No clue.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, sure.
That's how oblivious I am.
Hey, man.
And yeah, but they do have they do fucking have a little bit of that conversation always comes back every 5-10 years, or every 5-10 months maybe. There's some artist that's going to go somewhere and they kind of have the conversation of like, does it actually do anything to do like a boycott of going over there?
Like to say no?
I'm still, all of the said and done, I'm of the mind that like, if you are someone that is like, you kind of have like, strong political stances on things.
Yeah.
You do kind of have to, you should live in accordance to them.
I agree. Yeah. Especially if you're like, and that's like, there's one thing to be
Same
like,
as a brand. Like you can't be like, oh, I'm this like biggest Democrat in the world, and then here's my like sponsorship for like Trump. Trump.
I mean,
watches.
David Cross, he came out with some big statement.
Oh, he's not a happy camper.
Not
right
a
now.
happy camper, and he came out with this big statement or whatever, and you're like, he's similar to like, you should kind of like be consistent with your, but like he used to be like, advertisers are the worst, and then he was the fucking Eminem.
Yeah, everyone's a hypocrite.
You know what I mean? You're like, and he was like, yeah, I was the Eminem, and I did the fucking Chipmunk movie because they offered me a house, and they offered me enough money to buy a new house, and I go, okay. So
Yeah,
it's one of those things. And I guess the fucking they're not.
Apparently, that's what Shane said. He was just like, he was like, stop. They're like, they doubled the offer, and then he was like, please don't make any more offers because at some point there's going to be a number I have to say yes to.
Yeah, right.
He goes, just please stop giving me offers.
yeah, like don't send them to me.
Something like that. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the royal family in Saudi, they are Gerbers.
Gerbers, bunch of fucking Gerbers. Is that your new Toronto slang, Ryan? See, I can't tell. I see those Toronto videos. I know what you're talking about, and I can't tell.
You don't know Gerber?
Gerber?
No, Gerber is so it's just like a fucking loser, but essentially it was from Gerber baby food. That's how it started.
Oh,
you're like, this guy's a fucking the kid on the.
Because I see those like Toronto fucking videos.
That would be me on this at the Saudi Arabia festival, and I'd just be on stage being like, "Yo, Loki, men still is like a fucking Gerber for killing journalists and shit, eh?"
Yeah. Because
Yo, that's honestly like fucking waste man behavior, fucking beheading journalists. Yo, kind of waste man things though.
Yeah, I see those Toronto slang videos where they're like at the mall and they go, "What's your favorite Toronto slang?" And then that was one of them recently. But I can't tell if they're like doing a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they go, "This isn't people," or if they're actually calling people Gerbers.
No, Gerber is a big one. Yeah. You know what's interesting? I've been kind of thinking there is like some hypocrisy. Not hypocrisy, but it's just like this kind of weird thing where, sort of, and we're going to talk about like the Portland thing a little bit too, but there is something that's like kind of weird about. So if you think about kind of like the like liberal stance on like criminals or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's very much like the pro criminal, right?
Yeah.
And in a way,
It's just like it's not their fault. They go,
It's not
society
their
has made
fault.
them criminals. Like it's kind of like everybody starts with a blank slate. There's no bad people.
yeah, and you're kind
society
of
forced them to.
and it's sort of a losing stance always to sort of, support like essentially like antisocial 25-year-old men over like the safety of like women and children essentially,
Sure.
which is
Yeah.
like, which is essentially what you're doing, right? But it's like, so they're it's kind of like, the ones doing the bad things, like, you know, they should. But if you talk about like a country like Saudi Arabia or like another country, they would kind of be like, well, they actually are at fault. It's kind of like, in a weird way, it's like picking and choosing who is accountable for their actions.
Right.
Like, it's kind of like on a one-to-one basis, like a criminal, they're like, they have no accountability. But then on like a broader level, you'd be like some dictator or like someone that they disagreed with politically. You're like, this guy's completely accountable 100% for everything.
Yeah, I also
Isn't that kind of a weird dichotomy?
Yeah, I also don't get how, like, because everybody, and, you know, maybe you have an idea on this, but like, I don't get, everybody's like, oh, they do this like with Live Golf and WWE to like whitewash their reputation, and you're like, but we still know their reputation. Like, I'm not like, oh, they kill journalism, but they have WWE now. Like, I don't.
But they're trying to be a real modern city.
Yeah, they're trying to be a modern thing or whatever. But
they see UAE having people fucking move there and just tax dollars.
I guess I'm like, do people see? They go, oh, Riyadh has a fucking comedy festival. I'm gonna go vacation to Riyadh.
Yes.
Like, that's what it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
maybe not. It starts with not like your average fucking Danny White person.
Sure.
But it starts with like your average like Persian in Toronto being like, yo, actually it looks like you can go to Saudi now. Like, you're telling me your average, you know,
person,
Iranian person that lives in fucking North York or
they go
Jersey wouldn't just be like, oh, you know, it's on the table.
Yeah, to go to Riyadh. Yeah, maybe do the Dubai thing, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So that is happening. But yeah, you'd be up there fucking tap dancing for the Sheik.
Oh, yeah, I would.
Danny'd be up there fucking.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
You know when you're married to your cousin and it's just awesome?
You know when you're wearing a dress all the time and then you're fucking just sweating, but then you get a nice cool breeze up on the balls? That's nice, huh? Boys, boys, boys.
Boys, boys, boys. Men should be wearing dresses 100% of the time. I'm Danny Polishuk. And I won't let the door hit me on the way out. You're going hard on. You're like, you know, you ever have my Jewish mother's such a fucking stupid Jew. You're pandering them too hard.
Yeah.
You know, I'm Danny. I have a Jewish family who should all be shot. Like, just going real fucking pandering.
Cause of all problems everywhere. Am I right, folks?
If I could kill myself,
nothing on that.
I'm bad news. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the real self-depreciation. Like,
I go, yeah, liking this a little too much.
Yeah. You know when you're married? Yeah, you know when you're fucking married to your third cousin, and you're like, my second cousin starts looking good, and you're like, could I have a second cousin? What about multiple wives? You know when your fourth wife's,
acting up, you got to demote her.
But that was my
seventh wife.
My general policy was it's a little bit case by case. I might not have done it because I turned down fucking mad shit.
Yeah.
And on top of that, stuff like that is not suited for me.
Sure.
Because I'm too much of a inadvertent loose cannon.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to say it's not even that I'm like crazy.
No, you'd literally be like,
I'm just like fucking
you'd like
too
say
loopy
something
for shit.
Dude,
like
you'd
that.
literally be like, say something about Islam, and they go, no, you're not allowed to criticize religions. You go, wait, is Islam a religion? Oh shit. Anyways, please be lenient on me. You go, fuck, dude, I got confused. I was thinking of something else.
Yeah, dude. I honestly feel like whenever they give you a bunch of rules, I'm like, yeah, I'll try, but I don't know. You fucking
You know, Jeff Ross wants to fucking roast the royal family so bad. Like,
yeah, but he's probably pretty good at like roasting people in like a complimentary way.
Oh, of course, yeah. But
this guy gets so much pussy that fucking
man. That's the ultimate fucking comedy.
I'm a pimp if I taste his dick.
Comedy on hard mode. You go, yeah, I'm gonna roast them, but nicely.
Do it. I can handle it.
yeah, no shit. And you go, all right. That'd be scary. One of your jokes doesn't land. You're like, well, I'm dead. That sucked. Literally a fucking court jester at that point.
Look at this guy. Everyone, you know, the great Sheik. What I don't know, is it a Sheik or whatever? The great royal family. So happy to have them here. Look, someone didn't wash his clothes. He got a little bit of a stain on his shoulder. Come with us. Right this way, sir, Mr. Ross.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Good thing if I bomb, I know no journalists are going to cover it. Am I right, people?
Do you think anyone makes a bombing joke?
I don't know. That was what
I'm bombing up here. You guys know what I'm...
That's the shit I want to see is like the people who are like... You know, like Mark Norman's so autistic, he might fucking accidentally do something like that.
You think he might fuck around?
I'm up here. Uh-oh.
I mean, there's another part of it. If you do go there and you fuck around a lot... you do. It will be press.
Yeah.
You know, if you're spending 7 years.
I mean, that's the thing. Dude, you don't want to do a set where you need the fucking consulate to fucking intervene. You know, you bomb so badly like Trump has to like make a phone call.
But imagine how famous that would make you.
Pretty famous, yeah.
If you're sitting in a set.
I think nobody would have any sympathy for you because you're like, you went and took all this money. You're like, what an idiot. Like, there would be some element where you're just like, yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, wait, there'd be a lot of people being like, you reaping, you sowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you might be right.
This is yourself.
Yeah, I would just be sitting in a Saudi prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Wearing the robes. I'd be fucking Schillinger.
Yeah.
You can't even start a white supremacy gang because there's no one there. I'd start a one-man white supremacy because, you know, it's all racial politics in jail. You guys know how jail works. So it's me trying to start the Aryan Brotherhood in a fucking Saudi Arabian prison.
Nah, you'd be, dude, day one, you'd be like looking around, you go, all right, what direction's Mecca? Over there?
I show up and I was like, I'm just wearing the old like hip hop clothing brand Mecca.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought you guys, this is your shit.
Yeah. Lashings.
I would definitely be getting lashed, spanked every day, man.
Yeah.
Gay as shit. Nothing gayer than the spankings in the town square where a grown man has to spank another grown man.
Yeah, that's not... Well, I don't know if they call it spanking, though.
Well, it is, though.
Yeah.
They call it lashing, but you're spanking them.
That's true. Quite gay.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's right. Though, good. Now, I mean, that's also one of the reasons why we will not be asked is...
Yeah. I'm hoping I can say enough stuff on podcasts where they just never even ask. I never have to put myself in that position.
I really don't. I don't know. I just, for whatever way that I'm wired, I do not lose sleep over walking away from money.
No.
Like I thought I would, because there's been a couple of times where there's been amounts where, you do think about it. You're just like, fuck, you like, that's much you make like doing this and this and this. You're just like, imagine, okay, maybe you just start thinking like, well, you know what, maybe I'll make a movie with that. Like you start thinking those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And in your mind, you're just like, yeah, I wonder if I'd be affected, but I'm not at all. I wake up the next morning, I'd forget all about it.
What about the
like,
fact
never
that
even
the
think about it.
fucking U.S. Treasury, the windfall they're getting, the IRS is getting half of everybody's money. Nobody's giving them a hard time about it.
Oh, yeah.
The IRS should the government shut down and they're taking half.
Yeah, the government shutdown's really getting paid off this.
They're not working and they're just taking half of all the Saudi money? I don't know.
Somehow the government, they take time off and they actually look like they're doing more work because they're just not doing damage.
This is like the ultimate.
That's the Rand Paul joke, obviously.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like the Twitter thing where you go, yeah, so nobody's working. And go, yeah, everything seems to be moving along fine.
Moving along actually
Do
better.
We really need all of you.
All of a sudden, the government didn't get involved and mess around, muck around.
Yeah.
Boys, this episode's brought to you by Prizepicks. We've been telling you about Prizepicks. And listen, you and I and Daniel, we make decisions every day, but on Prizepicks, being right can get you paid cha-ching. Do not miss the excitement of the football season on Prizepicks, where it's good to be right. We are actually blasting the games in the car as we are traveling. So who you got this week?
So, as everybody knows, Prizepicks, super easy to use. It takes 30 seconds to put in your picks. My picks for this weekend, going to the gridiron, we have Patrick Mahomes, more than 2.5 passing TDs. Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills, more than 0.5 rushing touchdowns. I have Nick Chubb, less than 1.5 rushing touchdowns. And Travis Kelce, Mr. Taylor Swift, less than 45.5 receiving
Mr.
yards.
Swift.
Yeah.
Simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least two players' stats. If you get your picks right, you cash in. New Prizepicks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Josh Allen's pass yards, yard rush, and touchdowns? Now you can pick them all in the same lineup only on Prizepicks. On Prizepicks, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, you can choose Flex Play, where you get paid even if one of your picks misses. If you want the biggest payouts, you go for the power play. No matter what you play, Prizepicks is a great way to put your takes to the test. Prizepicks is the best way to win cash this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones are overhyped? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds. Turn your takes into cash all season long on Prizepicks. Download the Prizepicks app today. Use the code BOYSCAST. You're going to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code BOYSCAST to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. Prizepicks, it's good to be right. It is hymns time, fellas, because according to the National Institutes of Health, as many as 30 million men in the U.S. experience ED. It's more common than a bad night's sleep. The good news, hymns makes getting access to treatment simple so you can feel like yourself again without the stress, without the awkwardness. You don't need to make this complicated. I've been using hymns for multiple things right now. We're talking D pills, and we're also talking hair pills.
Yep.
They got you covered. Hims is the place. They've solved this. You know, sometimes you just need a boost. Sometimes you have an actual problem that needs to be solved. And sometimes it's mental, sometimes it's physical, whatever the problem is. Hims, you just do it all online. It is very simple, and confidence doesn't have to be complicated. Through Hims, you can skip the guesswork, get access to care that actually fits your lifestyle. Straightforward, stress-free, and designed around you. Big moments deserve less stress, more confidence. When ED shows up in the bedroom, Hims helps you keep your cool, focus on what matters the most, the moment, not the worry. And it does exactly that. And just even having it is a peace of mind that will go. It does wonders
it's a nice
for
little
you.
Insurance policy.
It's an insurance policy regardless. Hims offers access to ED treatments, options ranging from trusted generics, and these trusted generics can cost 95% less than the brand names to hard mints if prescribed. You shouldn't have to go to your way to feel like yourself, and Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatment plans that put your goals first. Think of Hims like your digital front door that gets you back to your old self with simple, 100% online access to trusted treatments for ED and more all in one place. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable care for ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more. Between those three, we got the trifecta covered.
Everything.
Visit hims.com/boyscast. That is hims.com/boyscast for your free online visit. hims.com/boyscast. Actual price will depend on the product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Buddy, you want to talk the government doing hilarious shit though? Yeah. This is my second favorite one. My first favorite was the cousins. But Pete Hegseth is on a war path right now, saying that he doesn't want any more fat people in the army.
No more fats. No more fats. No more.
You'd be, buddy, if he walked up to you, he'd spit on you.
Dude, he'd have the fucking calipers out immediately. He'd be like, "Fucking, let's see that gut." Just pinch it.
Hegseth declares war on fat generals.
Dude, everybody thought this was going to be so funny, too, because everybody's like, he's calling in all the generals, and they're like, oh my God, this is like World War III. And then he's like, no, he just called them in to call them fat.
Everyone, step on your scales. Hegseth's coming through. Yeah, it's hilarious, though.
Yeah. I mean,
that being said, if you're going to be in the army, you shouldn't be fat.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, he's just like, yo, we can't have fat fucking people in the army.
Goes both ways, though. If I was
minimum requirements for testing every year. And
yeah, it's not crazy, but
you got to be able to jog a 5K,
buddy. Yeah. However, if you were in another country's army and you did see a fat army coming at you, honestly, be pretty scary.
You think you'd be scared of the fat army? But they
just Jurassic Park water.
Yeah, but then they're just like, he's like, all right, they're tired now. Get them.
Okay, but he just falls on you. You just tell me, buddy, fat guys, fat strength. You know.
Yeah.
You're telling me you weren't stronger when you were like fucking really fat?
I mean, you can throw the weight around a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like kind of offensive lineman style.
If like a 350-pound guy falls on you, you're dead.
Yeah. I mean, none of this seems even important anyways, because you're like, he's talking about like, oh, this is like fucking the Civil War where you're all just charging at each other, and that's what war is. Now it's just like some fucking nerd and just behind a screen, just like manning a drone.
Yeah, but he's probably instead of figuring out the drone, he's just like, taking handfuls of M&Ms and then it starts melting and then there's M&Ms short-circuiting the drones. Right. And like
it's stuck. It won't stop firing. I don't know what to do.
Fucking fudgesicles dripping into the truck. Short-circuiting the wires. Yeah, that's not what you want.
No, it's not ideal.
But obviously it's become like a bit of a thing, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Crazy. This is like controversial too. People are like, yeah, women should just have to meet the same standards as men because it's the army.
Right. I'll tell you what, if I've never been in the army.
Really?
I'm new to this country. However, I actually got asked to do a troops thing, but it wasn't going to make sense for me.
Oh, okay.
However, if they would like me to do service, and it is possible for me to take the job, I will do it for half price of deciding who's fat, who's not. If I could have that job in the army where I go around platoon to platoon being like, nah, too big. Like if
basically like a carnival barker kind of dude. Like
I'm the carnival barker guy.
Dude, and you just go guessing everybody's weight.
I guess everyone's weight. Buddy, if you could give me that job, I will do it free of charge. This is my contribution to the American government, is you bring me onto the bases, you let me come around. I want to do the ladies first. Just like, what the fuck is that?
It's kind of like
we got one.
We got one.
Fat police, they come and beg over the head, bring him into the fucking army truck, and then they lock him in a room.
They come behind her, they like injection in the neck, and then she's standing there and goes, it was Ozempic.
Didn't take.
What are you doing in the neck? This looks cool.
I think they shoot him with one of those rhinoceros darts.
What's this? It's Manjaro.
Manjaro, and that fucking right there is going to be a closed jarro of pickles that you've been fucking down. Yeah, so that was a job that I would love to do.
Yeah, that'd be great.
If you're listening, Hegseth, free of charge, by the way.
Yeah,
and I won't promote it. This will be a personal.
Yeah. This is just for love of the game.
Love of the game. Walking around, carnival barking people who are too fat and putting them on. I go. You can come back in 2 weeks. No.
Yeah.
I walk in. Someone walks by. You know what happens is I sit in a rocking chair, right? Mm-hmm. And I have sunglasses on. They walk by, and all I do is they have to. So it's an empty room, big empty room. They walk by one, and all I say is, if the person's too big, I want to let them out of the army. I go, boom, and then trapdoor. So what happens is they have a trapdoor that goes to a slide that exits them from the army, right?
Yeah.
And it is only triggered by me saying, boom, bo-do-do-do-do.
I'm stuck in the trapdoor. Someone please help me.
We need a bigger trapdoor, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you happy with what this army has become? They're so fat, they're getting stuck in the trapdoors now.
In a twist of irony, even trapped in the fat door. Boom, bo-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. And that's what I say, and that's the only thing that triggers the trapdoor, and then they are gone.
So funny, because it's like if Gavin Newsom's like the president next in like 2028.
Fats are back.
He's coming in, he goes, all right, you guys all got to put on some weight here. We got to get fat people back.
Everyone's fat again.
You wear a dress, you're wearing a dress. We're not doing any of this not gay bullshit anymore.
I want fucking clowns in a dress. I want fat clowns in a dress. Frankly, he says, every service member at every rank should be required to take a physical fitness test, meet the height and weight requirements. I didn't know there was height requirements.
I mean,
Johnny, you might be fucked.
I mean, there's got to be.
What's the height requirement for the army? Do you know?
I would say it's like 5 feet.
Yeah?
I mean, you're going to have a soldier who's like 4'1"?
What do you mean? What if he's like a badass? Like Tom Cruise plays a soldier. You're telling me that's unrealistic?
I mean, like
4'10".
4'10". And that's probably more for girls.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, there's at some point you're like, this is like a child.
Right. Well, you're considered like, such a deviation from the norm.
Yeah. There you go.
But you're telling me in a real battlefield situation, there wouldn't be some benefit to someone who could run through their legs and then, Three Stooges style hit him on the head?
Again, yes. In the fucking Civil War, maybe, where they were just like conscripting 10-year-olds and they were just like, sure, whatever. But like now, I don't think wars are fought like that.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's just like more of a liability.
Yeah, but then if you're fighting someone in like Afghanistan.
What's that? Being in a tank. Yeah.
Being in a tank has a benefit. Then on top of that, going into tunnels, there's a benefit. They bring you to the dungeon in Afghanistan, put you in the things, and then they leave and you just slip out of them.
Suckers.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there a maximum height?
6'8".
There you go. So it's like even like, there's even a max. I mean, that's fair if they go, look.
They're fair.
It's just like, if you're 6'10" walking around, you're a fucking dead man.
You're a liability.
You're a liability.
Too much of an easy target.
Some sniper is just going to take you out in 2 seconds. So, it's fair. They're playing both sides.
He says, frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations or really any formation, see fat troops. He says, likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon leading commands around the country. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if I was in another country and you're watching and you go, this guy comes out to like speak for the army and he's fucking huffing and puffing. He looks like Rob Ford.
It is weird because some of these guys are like 75 though, and you go like, I don't care if like a 75-year-old's like got a couple pounds on him.
Well, you got to be you're representing the fucking you're representing the team, Yeah. It's like,
That
buddy,
sucks. All these users. So I have to like go.
it's like having the Victoria's Secret come out and with their fat chick, with like ugly
Yeah,
chicks.
yeah.
It's just like, no.
Yeah.
There's a certain level of hotness.
Decorum here.
Yeah, or
and, like, I wouldn't.
I like my army soldiers hot. Fuckable soldiers.
Or fuckable soldiers. It's like I'm 80-year-old general.
By the way, I watched the Rob Ford documentary. If people remember Crack Smoking Mayor.
Yep.
And it reminded me how many great lines this guy has when he
Best,
goes, you
man.
know, some people have been saying that I wanted to eat this journalist's pussy. I just want to say I got plenty to eat at home.
Plenty at home.
Just enough to eat at home. He goes, yeah, did I do crack? I said, I am not currently doing crack. Have I done crack?
He goes,
maybe
ask
in one
me
of my
the question again.
Yeah, he goes,
"What
maybe
did
in my
you ask?"
drunken stupors.
Yeah, he goes, what did you ask me? He goes, do you smoke crack? He goes, I do not smoke
Yeah.
crack. You should have asked me, have I smoked crack? The answer is yes.
There's also a video of him. He's like doing patois with the Jamaicans. He's like, Bamba clat, run-a-ting.
And they're like blacked out.
Yeah.
Blackout drunk.
Blackout drunk.
But then it was like he had his bodyguard guy who was like kind of explaining.
Bodyguard loves him.
Yeah, who explained the whole thing.
Big
He goes,
black
yeah,
guy.
He's like, yeah, he's like a Jamaican dude. And he's like, yeah, we used to like speak in patois. It was like funny.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, and his bodyguard loves him, right? He's like ride or die. He was like
Yeah.
this big black guy, and he goes, this guy's a fucking legend still. Like, he used to just call me, and he's like, buddy, I think I'm in rough shape right now. This guy was great. He loved him. But the reason why I'm even bringing it up, I thought it was corrupt because they basically had the Toronto Star, which people don't know that. It's like, I don't know, LA Times or some shit, or Times
super
fucking
left
30,
wing.
right? Like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
the Portland Chronicle, that
Yeah.
fucking rag. So it's like this real partisan hack
time.
paper, and it's gotten worse over the years, right? They were trying to pitch him as they were like shitting on him, right? And he's dead for one.
Uh-huh.
He was like a character, but he was a mayor, and he was kind of like a man of the people type,
Real
right?
populist. He was a
but-
populist before like populism was
but they're
popular.
But his populism, and this is my kind of problem, is they were like, pitching him as like they have like 2016 Trump brain, and they're very like, he was racist, sexist, and right wing extremist, and blah blah. And it was like his main thing was like making sure the subway was extended. He was
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of corruption in government.
fixing potholes. and
Fixing
stuff.
potholes. He goes, anyone who has a problem in their neighborhood or with their landlord, here's my number. You can call me and I'll fix it. Like,
Mayor of like a city of like millions of people, like
Yes.
fourth largest city in North America, and he's just like, here's my number.
he was not racist. He wasn't even talking about any of that stuff. He was trying to his shit was like fixing potholes and making sure the subway runs on time. And he was like,
just had a
there's too much
little-
traffic on the way to the Leafs game. We want to fix that. Like the idea of like trying to slot him into people's brains in this like new age, like, oh, he's some right wing extremist was just like, it was honestly gross.
Yeah.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
They should be ashamed of
and it was
themselves.
embarrassing, and it was incorrect, most importantly.
Yeah. No, Toronto Star stinks.
The guy's fucking lying 6 feet under, and they're just fucking lying
they're
6
like,
feet
he
over.
was racist.
Yeah, it's just like, shut up.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking dweebs. The guy was fucking lighting the loafers that was doing it too, man. He was like, they go, one word to describe him. People will be like, even the ones that didn't like him, they go, what's one word
Was
to
it Daniel
describe him?
Dale?
I don't
Is that
know.
who it was? 'Cause
Whitish hair.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, not him.
Most people, they go, one word to describe him. They're like, loud personality, just like unique. Even if they didn't want to say something nice, they would say something like that.
Yeah.
Like never a dull moment.
Remember when he had
And
the-
then that last person, they finally cut to him, and he was just like, extremist or some shit like that. Like,
remember when he had the after the crack smoking scandal, like when it all came out, and then he did this thing in like the city hall where he like brought in this like Jamaican like guy to like play music, and he was singing "One Love" by Bob Marley. He was dancing with everybody. Everybody's like hates this guy at this point. He's just like, something needs to be done about him. He's just like grabbing politicians and just like dancing with them.
He tried to fight a guy, and then he ran over and knocked over the lady. Remember that?
Oh yeah. Knocks over some old lady. He is the best.
Okay, we on the topic of fat activists. Here we go. The legend. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
This earth, and I
Oh,
feel like
for the audio listeners, I just want to tell you, this woman's 800 pounds.
this earth, and I feel like if you're quiet when so many injustices are happening, not just here, but Palestine,
Preach.
Sudan, Congo, etc., then I literally blocked my brother yesterday. I'm not speaking to my mom, my stepmom, my dad. I'm
What? She does,
600-pound girl. I've currently blocked my mom. I've blocked my stepdad, my stepmom, my sister. I blocked my brother yesterday. I also blocked the son. I also blocked anyone who tried to reach into my bag of snacks.
Just block. Why? Just because they won't speak out?
I blocked a number of debt collectors who were trying to collect the money from my grocery bill. I blocked my mom, my dad, my stepdad, my stepmom,
And
my
what? Just
brother.
because they won't make like a Facebook post
Because their
saying Free
entire
Palestine?
life isn't dedicated to activism.
To their like 12 fucking friends on Facebook. They're like, you won't just like make a post.
Your fucking 70-year-old mom, like, why aren't you standing up against this? You're like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? I don't care.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But it's funnier to just be like 800 pounds. I blocked my mom. I blocked my dad. I blocked my brother. I blocked my coworker.
I blocked that defensive lineman when I was playing in the CFL. I blocked them all.
Fuck right off, man.
Yeah.
People get fried.
Hey, man, they're just, look, if that's your thing, you're just a
Yeah.
fucking activist, man. It's just like, it just never runs out of shit to do.
Everyone has to do my job. You go, that's your job. That always used to bother me with like other things where even like the gym influencers, a part of that says where they go, they're always like, the morning routines and you do this and this and this. You go, yeah, the difference is that's your job.
Yeah.
So people have to go do their job and then go do your job of fitness influencing.
exactly, like,
Whereas this person's like, yeah, that's your job now is being an activist. That's how you make a living. And you go, everyone else that has another job has to finish their job and then go do your job. You go, fuck off.
Yeah. And what are her main accomplishments, do you think, so far? What do you think she's got done?
Mainly blocking her family.
Through all her activism, she goes, I don't know, I just talk to my family anymore.
Yeah, really.
Well, that's a big win.
I guarantee she's changed people the other way.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine many people are watching this 500-pound fucking...
I mean, at least she's getting some activity in.
the blocking?
Just the
fucking
activism, the blocking. It's all they... When her doctor was like, you need to be active, she goes, I feel you, doc. Right here, brother. I'm as active as they get. He goes, I'm not. No, just like go for a walk. He goes, no.
Yeah,
I'm doing important activity right now. Okay, I'm doing activism. Those aren't the same thing.
I like it. Good work.
Thanks.
That's a good one right there.
Thank you.
Yeah, my recommendations are that you be active. She goes,
preach, brother.
Preach, brother. I've been telling. Just blocked my brother from not being active. I'm in every forum.
Because I'm more concerned about your arteries being blocked.
No, I'm just saying, like, you should do some activity. I'm organizing an activity for the Palestine Relief Fund this weekend. I did a BLM march.
doing them all. I'm active out there.
I'm doing it.
Can you at least do maybe a march for Palestine? How does that sound? A walk for Palestine? Does that work?
Yes, we are doing a Palestine thing in March also. Yes. We are every month, actually. There's never stops.
Never stops. No months off.
No months off. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Oh, yeah.
What about, maybe weights? She was like, there is a lot of weight on this issue. It is something that we take very seriously, and it's a heavy issue. You're right about that.
Yeah. There's a real gravity to it.
And, maybe your diet, and you're like, your information diet is probably the most important thing in the world.
There is that they are starving right now?
Your information diet, you want to make sure you cut out any right-wing sources. You want to make sure you cut out anything that isn't approved by me. Your information diet is the most important thing in the world. The doctor's just like, all right.
Guess I'll see you in 6 months.
Well, then you got 4 years to live. Climate change is the problem, and that is probably how long we have if we don't act up. He goes, all right, next.
All right. It's like, if I'm lucky, I have 4 years to live.
Exactly.
Oh, but these rising ocean levels.
With these rising ocean levels, I think 4 years might be generous, to tell you the fucking truth. All right, then. That will be $100. All right, and we will call it even for the session that I just gave you, explaining how to be a better activist. I actually charge $100 an hour as well for this interaction that we just had.
It's funny you say that, because I don't believe in capitalism.
I don't believe in money.
I'm an anti-capitalist, so I don't subscribe to this. Healthcare should be free, and all that.
Yeah.
I have overheads here at the clinic.
I'm an anti-capitalist as well. I am a woman, and I make my niece give me money. And I have my nieces working in a sweatshop. I'm an anti-capitalist. I have a bunch of my nieces working in a sweatshop.
Yeah, there you go.
And the money comes up to me. New Jewish gun club with a New York chapters features bullets and bagels October 7th.
I'll be there.
I don't have very much to say about this. The only reason I'm even bringing it up is because the Jewish shooting club is called Locks and Loaded.
Locks and Loaded. Well, that's A+ on the name. Do you think they shoot the holes out of the bagels?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, there you go. The question is, who's the targets? Right? Like what's like, you can put like a face on the target or whatever. Like, who do they got on there?
That's a good one, Candace Owens.
Maybe Zoran or something.
Yeah, they are.
The Jews kind of love him for some reason.
I wonder. That's a good question. Who do they got on the targets in there?
I don't know. I don't know. There's no like real central figure to this whole thing. Like, there's no singular person that they like wouldn't like.
Tucker Carlson, they don't love right now.
Maybe Tucker Carlson.
I feel like the New York City Jews, I feel like there's a big split in like the right wing where the Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens kind of thing.
Yeah.
People are really fighting over that.
Yeah. I mean,
Megyn Kelly's, people are mad at Megyn Kelly.
I can't even keep up with what Candace Owens is doing. She's got like a new thing every day.
I've never really been, every now and then they kind of come up and I like pay attention, but it's like, I've never been like listener of fucking
No, I've never been a listener of it
Owens.
either, just since Charlie Kirk got assassinated, and it's just like, I just see clips and it's just like.
Oh, yeah, she's crazy famous.
Yeah, but I'm just like, she's getting nutty.
You're not happy with it?
No, I'm very happy with it, actually. I'm loving it.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people are like, this is dangerous. I'm like, dangerous?
I hate the dangerous talk.
This is the opposite of dangerous. This is like old school Alex Jones at this point.
Right.
Like, this is like, I feel like I'm maybe watching wrestling almost.
The dangerous talk is my least favorite talk.
I go, Candace Owens is not dangerous. But Candace Owens is maybe a danger to her children right now.
Danny's on her, man.
Oh my God.
He's going to talk about our queen like that. If Candace, if you're listening, Danny's opinions do not reflect the opinions of the Boys Cast. If you want to pick a fight with this fucking, I'm not going to say it, but I'm not going to call him it.
You will.
I'm not going to call him that.
Hummus eater.
Make sure, Candace, when you're picking your fight, you want to head it over that. You're going to see a nose, and that's what you're going to, he's going to fucking,
dripping
you can't miss
nose.
him. He fucking lies in the water. It's like a shark fin. You're going to want to see this guy, and this is where you want to direct it to. I don't want no trouble, ma'am.
I don't want no trouble.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to talk about the witches. This feels like it was an article that was directly made for the Boys Cast.
What are the witches up to?
I'm the witch who cursed Charlie Kirk, and I want to speak to Erika directly because she deserves to hear the truth. Do you see Erika Kirk's getting fucking lit up on the internet right now?
Yeah, just because she's like not grieving properly.
Lots of people aren't happy with it. But, well, essentially, I'll tell you, if you died and your wife was running your show really quickly, like within a week, your wife like took over your podcast.
The problem is there's things like a movement, so they're like, they're very much like there's
maybe I don't know. Yeah,
there's like a higher like power kind of thing at play here where they go like, this is so important that they're like, this message like cannot be silenced.
Yeah.
Like, so I think that's kind of the thought, but like, I mean, everybody like grieves.
I'd like to think that if I died, my girl would not be that happy that quick.
Yeah.
But there's a religious component too, right? Where in their mind you're just like, well, it's actually sick. The guy's in heaven.
Yeah, this guy's
happy for him.
Fucking heaven.
Dude,
right
he's
now.
snowboarding through fucking the gnarest pow you ever seen in your life. There's never not fresh powder.
Yeah.
You legitimately ride down and the guy right behind you gets another set of fresh pow.
Yeah.
He's snowblading in heaven right now.
He's tubing. He's on that fucking tube right now, just spinning around. Couple cold beers in his hands.
Couple cold beers. You can drink in heaven even if you're Christian.
Hell yeah, you can drink in heaven.
Even if you're Christian, you don't drink. Once you get to heaven, you can drink and you get more pussy.
Oh, big time.
I know sex before marriage, but as soon as you get to heven, it's fucking a free for all.
There's no marriage in heaven. That's why.
No consent in heaven.
None of those pesky age restrictions in heaven that we have on earth here. That's for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. People do feel like people grieve because they're like, oh, she like laughed.
That's what I said. It's just weird. Well, I was kind of making that point the other time, and I still do.
Some people are.
There is no right answer when you have that many people watching you. So I am of that mind.
Yeah, I agree. And you're like on camera, so you're like, there's a different thing here. Like, maybe in private, she like goes
and you just catch a moment.
Down.
Yeah.
She's like literally like,
Overall, that's what I agree with too. It's a little too much scrutiny on that, probably.
But again, it's just like so many people are watching it.
I'm not trying to add to the scrutiny. I'm just saying the scrutiny has been happening because I've been watching a lot of it. Even a lot of people at first were just kind of like, like feel so bad for her. And then day 3, they're kind of like, fucking watch this bitch do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
I've seen a lot of people kind of like flip their stance being like, all right, enough of this.
Yeah, I'm curious how much, like, because, this has been, 3 weeks now? A month? 3 weeks? Something like that. Like, I'm curious what, like, turning points, like, numbers are like.
Probably
way
through
up.
the roof.
I know Kimmel's are back to just, like, cratered.
Yeah, I mean, that's duh.
Yeah.
No, like everyone wanted to see that because it was like a big event.
Yeah, it was a big event. But I'm curious, like, if they have, like,
I saw a lot of people posting that and a lot of articles being like, Kimmel's numbers are down. You're just like, yeah, duh.
Well, they're just like, yeah, they're back to what they were.
What'd you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Kimmel clears his fucking 7 million episode now forever.
Yeah.
Out of your mind?
It's just, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not going to happen. But, I don't know. I don't know about the turning point thing. Like, if it's like... I guess probably there must be more people watching it for sure, but it seems like it has died out. Like, it's just like we move on to new stuff. They go, there's 10 new shootings, and
they do have lots of stuff. I know there were so many shootings. We'll talk about that on the Patreon.
Yeah,
I know. I was a
lot of shootings.
I was kind of thinking one quick thing about. I was thinking about the shootings is when people talk about like race and trans, like which is the higher one. I think a pretty a good indication that trans is higher is when we're classifying shooters. I think we would classify trans over their race. Like if they're not trans, we would be like, it's a white guy did it, a Mexican guy did it. Like people would talk about the race, but if someone was trans, they would talk about that first.
Yeah, that supersedes.
Trans seems to supersede.
It's like strength of ideology almost.
Yeah, seems like it's higher than race.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny the witches are out here kind of like doing a press campaign for themselves. They got kicked off of Etsy.
Oh my God.
Etsy is like, you guys are out here.
Yeah, we don't need this smoke.
Devil's magic.
But it's just this one witch, I imagine, because of the witchcraft probably.
She's asked if she would like to meet Erika Kirk. She says, we regret any distress experienced. What we do is done based on impartial perspective at a professional level. We respect the widow's feelings and welcome a private conversation to address her concerns. I don't really understand why she would want to talk to the witches.
Yeah, she doesn't. I think the article said she got like a Catholic priest or something to like do a reverse spell or something.
She did?
Yeah, I think she got like a Catholic priest to like undo the spell.
Well, it's like it's interesting because the witch is kind of being like, well, I did the witch spell and then it worked too good and now I'm backtracking. Like,
yeah,
doesn't that seem like?
Yeah, you think just like fucking own it. You're a witch.
Own it. You're a witch.
You're a witch. And
do you think she's sort of thinking like, my spell worked too good because someone else probably put a spell on me and that's why I'm getting kicked off Etsy and stuff like that. And now I'm in trouble because
she probably too when Charlie Kirk, she's like, cha-ching, it's about to be a fucking payday in witch world.
Really, but.
And then Etsy just gives her the boot.
Well, maybe it is a payday for her, to be completely honest, but she's still running her business. She just had to take it off Etsy.
Well, that probably was her whole business. Where else could she sell her witchcraft?
Well, now I guess she's doing this press campaign. She's doing articles and stuff like that, so I don't know, something.
She's on Telegram.
I mean, we could call her. We should ask her how much for us to charge to pay a spell on her that she's dry vagina.
We
ask her to put a spell on herself.
Yeah.
We want us to put a spell on someone. You go, who is it? We're going to show you the photo. It's just her.
It's like that Kids in the Hall sketch. The
hitman?
The hitman where he's like kills himself.
Asked if she believed the spell had a role in the death, she said, I would like to say a person's life and death always have weight, but we do not celebrate the loss of life. We cannot claim responsibility for the death. We do affirm the magic we work in our daily lives is very, very real. So she's kind of like, I don't want to say I did it, but, it is what it is. Like,
it wasn't nothing.
She's like, I did not do it. She's like low-key somewhat taking credit for it, where she's like, no, I didn't do it, but like, obviously, yes, I am pretty powerful.
Don't fuck with these crystals. Do not fuck with them.
Priestess claimed that it was not her who actually cast the spell, but her sister.
Oh, that's
which should honestly be a gutless move, and also it should be a bit of like you should be able to sue them if you hire a witch. She's trying to pull a Gallagher.
She's outsourcing her fucking witchcraft.
Yeah, she's like
you subcontracted your witchcraft.
Yeah, she's like, I hired some Indian witch for 40 cents an hour to fucking do all my spells for me.
Sorry, it's like this is what happens. You subcontract stuff out, and like sometimes you get it wrong. It's like it wasn't supposed to kill him.
Goes by the name of High Priestess Lee Mashtu. And she says Lee Mashatu received a barrage of death threats recently. So yeah, and that's because you pawned it onto her. No one would even know your sister did it until you fucking went and
Yeah, her sister's
sold her
probably like,
out.
Yo, what the fuck?
Why'd you tell her that?
Yeah, you can just fucking keep it to yourself.
So she's subcontracting out of all of her spells, and then when they don't go as planned, she sells her sister out. Because you know when it did go as planned, she was taking the fucking
Oh,
credit.
absolutely. Yeah, at first she was like, this is amazing. And then she's like, oh.
When her spells do go as planned, she goes, yeah, I do. That's me. And then when it don't go to plan, she goes, oh, my fucking sister.
Sister, unreliable.
Scumbag. But I
Never work with family. That's what I say.
I have a bunch of other stuff. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about some of the shooting stuff, which has been fucking wild on the Patreon, along with a bunch of other hilarious stuff. And Portland, Antifa, and all that sort of stuff. But join us on the Patreon. We keep the episode going. Patreon.com/theboyscast. We do an extra episode every week.
do.
And we'll see you guys over there. Peace.